For this part of the training, we will be discussing eRA Commons registration. In this training, we will cover the following topics: registration requirements, who can register, how long does it take. After we cover how long does it take, we will have a demonstration on how to register with eRA Commons. Then we'll discuss what's next and have a Q&A to address any questions that you may have during this part of the training session for registration. In order to register with eRA Commons, applicants must first be registered with sam.gov and obtain a unique entity identifier, the UEI. The UEI does not need to be active in order to complete the registration process with eRA Commons. However, it will be required prior to application submission. Applicants should be registered with the grants.gov as applications are submitted through the grants.gov portal and with eRA Commons to track the submitted application. Additional registrations may be needed depending on the notice of funding opportunity. Applications are encouraged to review the requirements on the NIFA when preparing for their application submission. The organization must be registered by someone with signature authority to legally bind the organization in awards administration matters. This individual is referred to as a signing official, SO. Only authorized organization officials are qualified to be an SO for their organization. Examples of someone with signature authority include president, CEO, executive director, owner, partner, or business official. For universities and colleges, they may use president, chancellor, provost, rector, or director of research. Registering with eRA Commons can take up to 4 weeks to process. It is encouraged that applicants register with eRA Commons as soon as possible to avoid any delays. Registration is a one-time process during which the SO will have the option to create an account administrator account, an AA account. Once registered, these two authorized individuals can create new user accounts for personnel within the organization, including SO accounts. Now we will proceed with the demonstration on how to register with eRA Commons. So for registration, we're going to be back on the eRA Commons homepage. And there's an option here that says register organization. We're going to select non-NIH grants contracts. And again, it lets you know that only someone with the signing official authority can register their institutions. So we're going to hit next. Hit verify after entering the UEI. Now, an active SAM would be pre-populated if this is a real SAM number, a real UEI. If your SAM registration, your SAM.gov registration is pending, it is still okay to move forward and register with eRA Commons. Because again, the registration can take up to 4 weeks to process, as mentioned previously, and the UEI is needed to submit an application. So we're just going to put NIFA U or closeout email. This email is for the individual who will receive closeout information for the institution. This particular person can be different than the signing official. Okay. Then the notice of award email. Again, this can be a different individual from the signing official. It'll be their email that gets the notice of award email. All right, then you continue to enter in the address information. Now for institution country, you'll need to begin typing in country for it to pull the drop down. So United States, and the same goes for state. you have to start typing in for the drop-down to appear. Select Maryland. Once you see everything's correct. Next. Now, for the principal signing official. Again, this is someone with signatory authority, their particular email. So it's the person that's creating this registration. The name. I'll put G Jasmine SO. And then again, just to note, right here on the right-hand side, it lets you know what's needed for the username criteria. It will be used for submitting official NIH or NIFA grant applications. Will be used to log into your eRA Commons account. The username will be permanent once submitted. The length should be between 6 and 30 characters, and it should not contain special characters except for the @ symbol, hyphens, periods, and an underscore. It is not case sensitive. My title, the president, and my name. Now, if I had an account administrator that I want to include on this registration, I would select here. Again, it does say optional. Same format, their email, what their username would be, their title, first and last name, best contact number for them. I do not have one to add, so we're just going to hit delete. My information is still here. I'm going to select next. Review and submit. This gives you the opportunity to just verify all the information you have entered for the registration form. Again, only wish to apply for non-NIH grants and contracts, our non-existent UEI, institution name, the email of the person that will be responsible for notice of awards, email for the person responsible for closeout, institution address, whoever the principal signing official is that's doing the registration, their username, title, name, phone number. Since there's no account administrator added, it's just to let you know no details are provided. Here, the signing official must verify the email address provided within 8 days of submission in order for any users to log into eRA Commons. Failure to verify the email within the 8-day timeline will result in an automatic rejection of your registration application. Once you've verified all the information, you'll hit submit. Right. Once the SO submits the registration request, they will receive several emails. The first email to expect is the SO verification email. This notification is sent to the email address provided for the SO only, the signing official, the person that completes the registration for the organization. The SO will need to verify their email address by clicking on the link provided within the email notification. This action must be done within 8 days. The next email to expect is either an approval or a rejection notification. Registrations may be rejected if the SO did not verify their email address within 8 days. The rejection email will also include information on why the registration was rejected. In this case, the SO will need to return to the Commons homepage and submit a new registration request. If the SO receives an approval notification, then there will be another email that the SO will need to click on to confirm the registration. Shortly after, 2 separate emails, one including the username provided on the registration form, and another with the temporary password, will be sent to the SO and an account administrator if one was added during that request. Using the username and temporary password, the SO should log into eRA Commons. They'll be prompted to update their password after logging in. The temporary password is valid for 48 hours. If the SO does not log in with the temporary password within 48 hours, a new one can be requested by clicking on Forgot Password, Unlock Account. Once the password has been updated, the SO will need to review and accept the acknowledgement of signing official responsibilities. If an account administrator account was also created during the registration, they may be able to log in. However, they will not be able to access any eRA modules until the SO has completed this step.